It's Divine Sunshine. I've been having technical difficulties. I wanted to get on here and get on off and just tell you real quick about the full moon energies for what's going on for you all. My computer is being lovely, so I take my iPad and put it in a whole different position so you all could be able to see. I just want to quickly just go over the full moon so you can understand what the full moon energies is going to bring to you. And I got a meeting after this. So, the first thing when we're talking about the full moon energies is bring it to us is understanding that I have to bring it to you again is to be able, hey Mimi, is to show the world the real you. So this is where we are. We're right now with the full moon is bringing us energies for us to really to stand in our truth. And this is what is really actually pushing us to feel. We could kind of feel that ushering in with the energies. It's interesting that they said that this full moon is also known as the Lady in the Tramp. They said that the Lady in the Tramp, which is I get full moon energies, what they're talking about, and they kind of give me messages too that they send me through via email through the full moon memo. So if you like to find out what's happening with each full moon, they also give you nice themes that you can go by. And so what it says is when we finally arrive at a moment of silence after all the events of the past few months, we become distinctly aware of the unpredictability of our life's journey with all its ups and downs. How little do we know about the occurrences that accompany, influence, and sometimes determine our life? How surprisingly different everything can turn out. What can we know? Is that we are well on our way and that we can always reflect on what grants our life depth and meaning. Whether these are the people who are close to our hearts, the experiences that give us joy on a small or large or the scope rather, or the goals that take us beyond our limits. Everything that moves us within is meaningful. With this in mind, we would like to wish all, and they're saying about that happy, but this is what the energies that they're saying of understanding, of really truly letting through everything that we have experienced already in 2020, moving into the energies of understanding that, hey, show the world the real you. This is what this moon energies is bringing to us. Also helping us to understand that we need to have a balance of spirituality and practicality. This too is what we're getting pushed to with the moon energies as well. And then understanding that nothing will come of this situation. So understanding that nothing will come of this situation because I think also Cancerian energies is those that is one that is a water sign, which again is of emotions, but cancers are also known, I'm seeing it as being very conscientious. They're very domestic about being home. They're very imaginative. They're introverted, which they're about going into self. Intuitive. Sometimes they can be moody, quiet, protective, prudent, sensitive, sympathetic, and tenacious. What jumps off for me is this is the time right now. We have been, like they said, showing the real you. We have been introverted, which we have been really practicing on getting within ourselves together and really truly working with that intuition. And so we maybe at this point have been very protective about a lot of what I'm feeling again is protective as far as us really about our growth, really about doing things that trigger us, that make us feel like we might want to be scared to come out of our shell. Just like I think of cancers as well, so that moving from one end to another, Cancerians also, which is the crab, have a tendency that when they walk, they don't walk in a straight line. They go from side to side. So in using that kind of energy that the Cancer does represent, understanding that we might find ourselves a little bit in the spirituality, a little bit of of practicality, and we've got to find a way to kind of like again be okay with understanding that all the time is not life and where we are in situations may not require for us to be walking in a fine line or going in a straight line to exactly get to where we need to go. And so this is what they want us to understand, and it's interesting they got the fishes, and nothing will come of this. This worrying, I think, is something going in the air of us that we're really second guessing ourselves extremely strongly here lately, and it's causing for us to really not be sure of having this uncertainty that I'm kind of concerned about, because I'm noticing that when I'm talking to people, they're doing a lot of second guessing of oneself with this energy, and that's again is helping us to understand that that type of thinking is nothing can come of that. And we really need to not to be scared of showing the real us. It feels like we're like premiering something new. Um, and some of us is a little scared, clear, rather we're revealing to ourselves, really revealing to our friends, revealing to the world something new. And we're very cautious on this journey. Okay, on this journey, and I pulled the cards here for again for the twin flame journey messages. We're asking ourselves really about almost like second chances, and that's why I say it's like a premiere. It's like this new beginning that we're being given. This is the last full moon, which is bringing to us about how we're cleaning the slate and we're starting off truly new. And so this is where we are right now. Hey, good evening. Yes. Hey, Evelina. Hey, see, okay, Sears, how you doing? I got my glasses on, but I still can't see now with this iPad. So excuse me if I pronounce it wrong. Um, would give you a second chance. Would you give me the chance to make things right between us? This is also you're talking to yourself about finding ways to make it a second chance for yourself to start all over again, and then also understanding that you are getting to the point where you are yeah, I hope you're doing well too as well, Mimi. And so again, second chance for yourself, second chance also for your partner, second chance for whatever that you're actually doing as well. So other things, what we're destined for, clear. This new moon is pushing us into the energies of understanding that we're destined for adventure. I talked about that on the other day. So we're destined for adventure. Because there's a newness in the air for the new year, what 2021 is going to bring to us. Understanding that we're destined for love. We talked about that on the other day, about even the divine masculine said we are for something new love. Understanding what this new moon is bringing, diligence. I think this time again we're not going to be so easy to give up on things. We're going to try and try again. We're going to be able to give things due diligence too in everything that we do. But we really are going to make sure that we kind of like go the distance, clear, and we're going to be diligent in everything that we do. This energy also that brings with us in this new moon is talking about also about strength. This is getting control of this ego, and I pretty much have seen that as well too in talking with people about this ego, the what they call it, the covert and the overt energies of understanding how ego is. You got that ego that comes out at you, and then you got the ego that's protective and does it in a much another way, a covert way that makes you feel like you can tell when you're in ego, you're doing things, and it's kind of like wow, it's out there just like a lion. But there's now another thing that we've got to deal with, especially when we're dealing with people in relationships, of understanding that when we got this strength, where is this strength coming from? Is this a strength that ego is pushing you out there to do things that's making you not such a extrovert personality that's not really truly being the real you. This is what the universe is saying there, because right now you got to remember about the spirituality and this balance, and then understanding that dealing with that kind of phony way of like the Wizard of Oz way of acting like you the wizard that's handling everything behind the curtain is not really helping you to really truly understand and staying in those kind of energies. Nothing is going to be able to come of that situation if you stay in those energies. This is really truly this time that's coming on is for you to draw on pure strength, true strength, not something that ego that's fluffing you up and making you bigger than yourself to make you do things, but you are really drawing from strength from within, that divine strength, that standing in your power, in your solar plexus, in your core is strong strength. This is what we're talking about. And the angel for that is, again, for courage, you would call on Archangel Ariel. If you're into angels, you can do that as well. This new moon, not new moon, but full moon energies, thank you, clear, is bringing on the following, which is what type of life changes is going to bring us. Seeking and finding. The way we seek and find answers, the way we seek and find solutions, or how we even seek and find and see ourselves, our own identity in the world, especially when they're saying about finding the new you. That's going to be different because we're going to find out some things that really truly just in black and white. It's not no gray area to it. It is what it is. And that's going to help us define this is like almost like a passion, but purple. So it's going to help us define our passion about things. It's purple reminds me of passion, but it's also going to help us get in touch with source and the information that's coming to us as far as like the downloads, our crown chakra. That's going to be open so we can really truly get the information that is needed. Okay. So the heart of the matter that this full moon wants us to look at, because I want to be this way here. Clear. Is a serious commitment, wedding. I know we're happy to see this. Wedding. Why is this coming up? This situation involves marriage. Clear. Now that could be the spiritual marriage of yourself or coming together. Again, that's union. Marriage could also be the union card sometimes too as well. How you having that divine feminine and divine masculine energies coming together and working together as well. Okay, because right now you're getting signs and messages about how things are going to come together in an auspicious way, some way in which is not really the traditional way of how you would get and receive messages. So that's why it's very important for, like they say, how you seeking and finding. Be aware and understand this, that now coming into the new age or the of Aquarius or the new year, things are going to come and information is going to find new pathways to get that information to you, especially about how you can bring the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies together and come on one accord in union. So what's happening within yourself, and then what's also happening on the outside of you. So this is very important for you to kind of understand that this is what this energies is doing, because again, they want you to really become the real you. Well, how can you become the real you? Is when you become divine, when you really truly are in balance with the divine masculine and divine feminine energies, which would be the balance of, to me, another way of saying this, when you say spirituality and practicality, will be the spiritual will represent the divine feminine energies, and the practicality will represent the divine masculine energies, and how both of these have to balance out. That's the marriage. That's the true marriage that we're talking about. Marriage within, marriage without. God, if it chimes, it's divine. So I got another ding there. Because to think of it to go any other way is nothing that could come from this, according to source. You've got to think in that manner of this moving in with this full moon energies. It is pushing us to understand that what we've been working on the inside, the introverted, that's that from that Cancerian energies, is now it is time for it to come out. It's like, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. Dum, 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 dum. I'm coming out. So you're coming out, okay? So that's important for you to understand that. Now, clear. And when it comes to relationships, some relationship advice that spirit is giving to you all as far as you relating to yourself, to the world, or even in your divine partnerships. Twin flames, this is for divine feminines and divine masculines here, and I will get into that later on. Relationships, I don't want clarify those I do want. I told you we get to the point with the energies and source and the guides and the powers that be are pushing away the things that we want as far as relationships and what we don't. So it says whenever you know what you do not want, you always know more clearly what you do want. So in any poignant moment of awareness of another person's undesirable situation, give your undivided attention to the idea of improvement that has hatched from your interaction observation. And as you learn to do that, not only will you be of increasing value to others, but you will see how your relationships with others add immeasurable to your own becoming. And that comes to this. If it's not it, nothing, if it doesn't fit, it must have quit. Nothing can come of this. This is what he wants you to understand about things and situations that around you as well. They said the universal law of attraction is managing my expansion. This is what they want you to know. The law of attraction is the universal manager of all vibrations, which expands to everything that exists through the universe. And so at the same time that the law of attraction is responding to the vibrational content of your physical thoughts, it is also responding to the vibrational content of your inner being. I talked about that. So within, so without. Okay. And the last thing is say by default, I could have attracted unwanted relationships. Goes back again. What is this again? Nothing will come of this situation. So they're telling us that we got to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, because this type of thinking here is going to stop us from really truly being, hey, Christy, stop us from having balanced spirituality and practicality. This is why we need to really get into this groove or this modality of doing things so we can stop attracting people by default, not even knowing that they're the unwanted relationships, we're attracted to them when we're really in is involuntarily, or we being voluntold for certain things. So many of the relationships are or experiences you have attracted, you would not have deliberately attracted if you had been doing it on purpose. But much of your attraction is not done by deliberate intent, but rather by default. It is important to understand that you get what you think about, whether you want it or not, and chronic thoughts about unwanted things invite or ask for matching experiences. The law of attraction makes it so. So again, we've got to watch what we are attracting. So again, this is why this new moon is bringing full moon is bringing in the energy to understanding that we've got to, whatever is not going to come of this situation, we got to cut it loose and let it go. Okay, what energies do they want us? Source wants us to actually deal with. Okay, doing good with time. All right, they want us clear. Balance. They want us to, in this energies here, it's about balance. Okay, this is interesting about coming almost like the evolution of man, coming back to that at the beginning, because we are evolving, we are changing. It's in blue. So again, to me, that represents in our communication and our throat chakra as well. How are we communicating this? How are we communicating this and being in balance? Back to this again, spirituality and practicality. This is our really rule of thumb here, because that's going to help us to really truly stand in our truth and be able to show the real us, okay, at all times. Clear. For this full moon, what is it that divine feminine should be concentrating on? Healing. Let me do it again. Woo, okay. Enlightenment. So it say wants you, I'm sorry, enlightenment. Says it wants you to understand, I understand why I chose to learn in this way. Okay. I chose to, so this is, this is the energies as far as in our emotions. Understanding what I tell you like yesterday, everything has a purpose, everything has a reason, and we have to stay in that gratitude of attitude, or that attitude of gratitude, and understanding that the where you are at this moment, this present moment, is where you're supposed to be, and what you're learning, the lessons as far as on earth, is what you're supposed to be learning. So there's no looking at and saying maybe I should do things differently, because what is being presented, your upper soul or your higher self or whoever, your conscious or your have came to the reality of knowing that they said this is something that you need to learn at this moment. Hey, Melody. And let him go. Well, hey, I understand. I understand that. I do understand that, Melody. All right, for the divine masculine energies, they say they want you to deal with this full moon energies is saying to deal with the chaos and the disorganization. Okay, this is what it is. It's some chaos that the divine masculine is dealing with, and they're probably bringing some chaos because, again, linear, understanding there's a process, there's a step, there's a timing for everything. So this is what's being brought up. So I'm seeing them like somebody throwing some papers up in the air, and it's just like, oh my God, my paperwork is just all over the place. I can't know which one is. I've been working on this for days. What's page one? What's page two? What's page three? What's page four? I don't know, because I've been working on this manuscript. So whatever it is they plan that they have been thinking they have been going through, and it's linear, is like step one, step two, step three. Spirit is literally coming along there and throwing all that stuff up in the air and say, that ain't how it is. So right now, I want you to take all that stuff where you thought it was gonna go, and then you might find yourself reorganizing and shifting things around in your divine masculine energies. Then divine masculine energies also as well, it says bringer of light to darkness, in darkness. Again, something about that I seen, and I did dream that. I forgot about twin flame. I did dream about the divine masculine was doing something in the dark, and it was coming to the light. I forgot about to say that, start that off with. So something's going on with the divine masculines collectively, that about some things. It could have been, I'm seeing that in my dream I had something about, it was a child, some extra marital, somebody extra on top of, so it's a fourth party I seen, and then them also about the sex stuff as well. So some of that stuff that's going on with the divine masculine, things that's been done, they don't have to be that deep too with the divine masculine, but some things that you've been doing in the dark, they want to bring it to the light. I keep on reading it that way. Some of it is competing, because whatever it is competing with what source wants you. And I'm like, I'm really almost here to say, you can't win. You can't get out. You can't get out of the game. You can't win, child. So you can't win against no spirit. So I don't know what you think you trying to do, divine masculine, but that stuff ain't gonna work. So so whatever it is, it's competing with what spirit and source says they have for the divine masculine. And they gotta get, ain't no counter, they gotta get it together, because again, spirit said they're trying to balance them with, again, spirituality and practicality, and they want them to show the real you. Okay, this is where they're pushing them at. That same thing for the divine feminine. In order for you to have enlightenment, they're pushing you so you can be able to, and through that enlightenment, you're going to find out the real you. You're going to be able to balance the spirituality and the practicality, because you move into that energy. Understand this stuff ain't working for me, like Melody said. This ain't nothing gonna come from this. I gotta let this MF go. So this is where you are. Same thing with the divine master, without that chaos and what he's doing in the dark, and he's got to bring it to the light. And understand that maybe some things, and not even just that deep, it's some things that he doesn't understand. And Source said, I'm bringing you to the light, because in the darkness, there's no knowledge, there's no understanding there. And so this is what the spirit is saying. We're trying to do that too. So when we bring you out of the darkness into the light, you'll be able to know who you are. You'll be able to balance the spirituality with the practicality, and you'll understand that the situations that you're in, nothing can come of this. If you keep on staying in these situations, there's no growth there. So this is where in the divine masculine energies, you're getting pushed to do that. So what are some key things that collectively as twin flames, this full moon wants us to understand? We got it right here. They want us to understand about self-care and integration. Again, bringing in the divine. That's that union. That's that wedding. I just talked about that. Bringing the divine feminine and divine masculine energies together in one self. That's self-care. So within, then work on so without. Okay. So those are the things that you have to do there. Okay. This interest has got that like that sacred triangle, how you can be able to bring on that. Be self-reliant. Rely on self. Okay. Right now at this point. So some of us might be a little bit in hermit mode. You might say, well, I ain't too much going on right now. You're not too much communication with the other person, because it's really about really developing a self right now. And understanding, again, it all boils down to divine timing. Okay? Divine timing. This is what they want you to know. So again, just relax. Let the universe do the driving. I got you. Let the universe do the driving for you. What's that commercial you said? Leave the driving to us. That's what Source is saying. I heard you. I'm coming. Leave the driving to us. Okay, so now. Okay, I heard you the first time. I'm coming. All right, then. So this is what the universe wants us to understand, that it's got our back. Says this: obstacles are detours in the right direction. Then something I had read there earlier that was saying it's okay because wherever it is that you being pushed to where you're supposed to go. I seen where was it? Not the second chance one. What was it? Was it the? I got so many guys out here. Diligence, yeah, that's true. But it was something else that's talking about, like, even if you go off the path, maybe that was me and my seeking and talking about it. It came back full circle. But whatever it is, again, the obstacles, understanding that the detours in the right direction help you to know exactly where you're going. So again, I was talking about the light. Wasn't that about that getting on and off the light and being able, I talked about that at the beginning, and how even though it don't seem like you're going in the right direction, but you are. I said that in the spiel in the early. The crab, the Cancer. That's the Cancerian energies. Thank you. And so that's, again, Cancerian energies. He walks left and right. He don't ever do no straight line. The Cancers don't do that. Okay. And the crab, the sign, the symbolism of the crab. Let's put it that way. But again, that goes back to what they talk about, that moodiness, where they one way 1 minute and one way is another. This is the same thing, just in life. You might say, well, everything going all right, then all say, boom, I'm on to something else. So understand that these obstacles are detours in the right direction. This is the same thing. That's what that Cancerian energy that this full moon is bringing to you about. And then understand, I recognize, I'm coming. I recognize that I have chosen fear. Here we go. Okay, that's fine. They run this late. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. So this is what Spirit wants us to know and understand this. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. That again, that's you being the what? Showing the world the real you, because again, like I told you, the divine feminist told you yesterday that love is in your DNA. Okay, for the divine masculine to get out of that chaos and move from the light into the dark, understanding that you need balance of spirituality and practicality. Same thing. In order for you to do that, you have to move out of fear into love. Okay, and also again, nothing will come of this situation. If you stay in fear, there is no love. Perfect love casts out fear. Okay. All right, then. That is my thing for you all to understand about what's happening with the full moon energies and what they are bringing to you. I'm just going to be on these quick. Tomorrow, hopefully, fingers crossed, we going on to the divine masculine. So I had to stop, and I was saying, well, let me do the full moon energies. And so I did the full moon energies in Cancer. This is what Spirit is brought to me that's going on with you all. So again, thank you so very much, Mimi and Sears And Christy and Melody, thank you all that was in the Sunshine Lounge. As always, remember to, I forgot I ain't got my thing here. Also, remember to click, like, share, and subscribe to this channel so your energies can be in the reading or in the room with me so I can be able to pick up, and it makes your reading more intimate, and to make sure that you're included in there. So make sure if this is your first time to make sure that you hit click, like, and make sure you share. Also, if you want any information about personal readings with me, go to divineunisouls11.co as well. That dollar sale for my automatic and downloadable readings is still there for $1. If you're interested in do that for $1 for a holler, make sure that you go over there and look into that too as well. All right, then, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Mwah. Love you. Until next time. See you next time. We're going to look at the boys. So we're going to see the DM 411. All right, get your notification. Make sure you smash that bell for it say all, so you know when I come on, because you know I come on when spirit tell me, so you don't never know. It be almost like what's like a wave party, or what's in parties that they just pop up like a mod or whatever party like that. So you guys can make sure that you sign on so you know. All right then, till next time. See ya.